Calgary continues to pace Canada's real estate market. Hey, welcome to another video. My friends call me Abou. If this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date on the Calgary and area real estate market, or if you're looking for ways to simplify the buy-in as well as the selling process by using specific marketing strategies and negotiating techniques, make sure to follow and subscribe. Now, before we dig into this month's market update, I'd like to wish you a happy holidays and all the best to you and your family in the coming year. We have some really exciting new things planned for the community in 2023, and I can't wait to share them with you. For now, let's take a look at how 2022 is drawing to a close. The big news for December is that Calgary is no longer Canada's best kept secret. Now, while real estate markets across the country have slumped and stumbled their way into December, Calgary's is holding strong. In case that sounds like local pride gone too far, I've put in some headlines included in the description below, so make sure to check them out. It's really a combination of strong fundamental numbers and steadily increasing migration to Calgary that has really set us up for a milder than usual December and going into next year to be a strong 2023. November's real estate data also supports this view, and I don't really want to dwell too much on them for right now, but since the real story here is what Calgary's resilience means for you over the next few months and going into next year. Now, we know that interest rates are rising, but also inventory has been dropping. And for interest rates on December 7th, the Bank of Canada has raised them another 50 basis points. And there's no way around it. Higher interest rates are here for the foreseeable future. Even though the Bank of Canada's governors did offer a vague suggestion that rates will come back down to earth a bit toward the end of 2023, that sort of speculation shouldn't change anyone's plans for the next 12 months or so. You see, higher interest rates are just something we're all dealing with for now, and we're going to have to. Life is gonna go on and real estate is gonna continue to change hands. People who move still need homes. People who have saved up for their first homes are still ready to roll. If you look at markets like Vancouver or Toronto, for example, where investments drive a significant percentage of their sales, of their transactions, higher interest rates are having a serious effect on the pace and value of home sales. Not for us here in the city though, which has seen both demand and valuation hold relatively firm over this last year. Now, while demand remains high, we're seeing our lowest inventory levels since 2005, when Calgary's population was 33% smaller. Not much new housing stock hits the Calgary market in December, so we should continue to see incredibly low inventory levels across all housing segments. Now, what about sales? Sales are down, and it's normal for sales to tail off a bit as winter approaches, and this November followed that trend. The same inflationary pressures that have spurred interest rate hikes, have eaten away at Canadian savings, which has cooled the real estate market a bit from last year. Sales across the entire Calgary market are down roughly about 20% from last November. Now, normally, fewer home sales would mean that people are staying out and are not moving to the city, but when we look at Calgary, they're still flocking over here. The population boom continues. Both net migration to Calgary and movement within the Calgary real estate market have shot up all-time highs. The continued influx of people to Calgary has temporarily changed the face of our real estate market. Since they're, not buying homes in huge numbers, they're now hitting the rental pool, making for the most competitive rental market we've seen in some time. And a competitive market, as you know, can become an expensive one, and that's exactly what's happened in Calgary as rents are surging and have surged to new highs. But the rental market likely won't remain overheated for a long time to come, because renters in Calgary include people who simply prefer, renting to home ownership, but they also include quite a few new future home buyers who are really just settling into the city, who are really getting to know, Calgary and preparing themselves to make a more informed home purchase. And if we're putting that all together, we need to consider the big picture. Interest rates, may have peaked, but inventory levels are at historic lows and demand continues to grow. And both those factors support higher home sale prices. And in fact, Calgary's benchmark sales prices have held firm near its 2022 peak. It's only really been the detached market that has seen a significant decline from the year-to-date high, and detached homes have only really dipped around 4% or so from that point. November alone produced a year-over-year price increase of more than 9%. When we look at December's, the totals are always usually low in terms of both sales and home building. This should keep the squeeze on inventory levels and support steady pricing through December. But that could represent really the calm before we hit the new year and get a surge of sales, of demand, and do really well. What does that mean to you? What's next? It's not really my habit to make any bold proclamations about real estate market, but what I'm prepared to say is this. As we go into next year and as we look at prices, as we look at sales, in my opinion, this is as slow and low as will be for quite some time. Calgary has really built up a good deal of demand for residential real estate, and once this year's renters get themselves situated in a city, they're going to look and to become buyers in 2023, pushing our price point even higher. On the supply side, builders in the Calgary area are painfully aware that slowing sales have caused them to leave money on the table, but that's really more in the form of payroll, debt service, and other overhead. These costs that they have to pay really have to be dealt with in any season, any economy. And once the market regains its momentum in the new year, demand will pick up and builders will adjust accordingly. So when we look at all of that, what does this mean for you? If you're a homeowner, your equity has really held up remarkably. While if we look at other cities and your counterparts in the rest of Canada, homes market value have eroded. You've done well to hold on to your investment, and you could see it climb even after we hit the new year. And if you're a home buyer, especially one who's been renting while looking for the right home, if you're ready to make a purchase, you're seeing the best prices you'll find in Calgary for the next handful of years at least. And if you find a home that's right for you, if you find a home that you're able to swing a deal that fits your budget, go for it. You've been smart to wait for the right time to buy. Well, this is the right time, and it won't be coming back again anytime soon. And when you look at real estate, you always need to look at it in the long term. As you know, some months call for a lot of technical analysis. This month, it's really all about strategy, reading the market and making plans to take advantage of conditions that won't last much longer. As always, this report is really a broad summary of my take, of my opinion of the market. It's not a precise analysis of your current situation, of the individual satellite markets, of the different property types or different price points. Consider it just a starting point for your conversations at home, your analysis of how you fit in with the Calgary's real estate market, and most importantly, for your consultations with your agent. And speaking of which, if you'd like to discuss your home ownership goals and how to achieve them, please reach out. We'd love the chance to help make it happen for you. I'm not really sure whether I can, answer your questions or be of any help without really first understanding what your needs are. So let's plan a chat and I can better understand your situation, what you're looking to do. Because at the end of the day, it's really about you. It's about you getting the results that you want, and when you're looking to buy or sell real estate. So to do that, you can always head over to planwithmike.ca. You can also always give me a call or send me a text directly at 403-809-9386, and let's schedule a chat. Happy holidays and all the best to you and your family in the new year.